disenfranchised, polarized, marginalized, in particular, Black and brown boys. That was my work for 14 years there.
And of course, I was working. I think I was still working with Team Street Safe.
Yeah, you was going back and forth. Yeah,
so we had close relationships with street level guys.
Yeah,
and so we was at the helm of knowing what the community was involved in and what they were involved in, from the gun violence and the antisocial behavior. So for me, that gave me a lens to be like, all right, it's time for me to remove my kids from this space, because I knew what a teenage boy was potentially facing coming down the pipe. And I said, I want to give my children an opportunity, an objective opportunity to chart a course for their lives outside of Bermuda.
And just in case you wondered, Bermuda's an amazing place.
It sounds weird, but the context we're given is based solely off of the work that we've done.
Yeah, so I think that's important to note. So me and Chizzy both had a career in dealing with that small percentage of people that nobody wanted to deal with.
We're talking about 200 people. So if we break down the number,
like of the 65,000 people, the 200 in gangs, the 200 in education, where nobody wanted to do anything with them. So we're talking about that 1% that are less, or 2% or less of the population that just like, hey man, somebody go deal with them. Right. That was our world. In-school suspension, gang intervention, putting people who just was incarcerated to get them reintegrated into society, reentry program that you created. The boys' home.
Man, the list goes on and on.
And we use sports to help integrate people. That was our work for that was the work the entire time I was in Bermuda. Yeah. For 14 years, that was the work I did. You know what I mean? So disenfranchised, polarized, marginalized, in particular, Black and brown boys. That was my work for 14 years there.
And of course, we don't want to paint the picture that Bermuda is challenged in those ways where it requires so much work. In every community, there's always a portion of the community that requires additional support from the people that are passionate about doing it. We just happen to be blessed, and we call it a blessing because, as you know, I'm pretty sure you heard this before, we could have functioned at high levels in the corporate world and did everything, but it just wasn't me.
Bro, did you ever work in a cubicle, bro?
Bro, I worked in a cubicle.
Bro, I worked at Northwestern Mutual in Jacksonville for an internship, bro.
Nah,
I started in that cubicle, had my tie on. I was so happy, man. I had pressed the tie, like make it flat on the shirt, bro. When I started in that cubicle, and that guy kept asking me about my numbers every hour.
Yeah, watching the clock every 5 minutes.
And I said, "Yo," and then it took me like 3 days to say, "Bro, I cannot function in a place where I'm stuck in a cubicle and somebody's asking me about some numbers. Like I cannot. You're not getting nothing out of me, really.
No.
So." People, kids, like that need help. It was just a natural thing, man. It wasn't even like work. Like I thoroughly enjoyed that work. It's just that when you put your head down, you look up there like, Chris, you did this and we did that and this did that and this organization did that. And I just was trying to help people.
Right. We were just keeping our feet on the ground.
Wasn't no scorekeeping. It wasn't no, okay, how many did you get? How many did you get? Who gonna get the most? It's not like sales. It's just community work. Right. And it just over time, people kind of give you feedback on the impact that the work did. But man, Bermuda, the people, man, I'm just forever grateful because my cousin used to say something all the time. He was like, man, you met Dr. J? Man, you met Bill Russell? Yeah. Man, you met Kevin Garnett? You had a whole lunch meeting with him? Man, you met this artist? Man, you met Fred Hammond? Man, you met Donald McClurkin? Man, he was like, listen to me, bro. If you were still in Florida, you would have not met these people. The only reason why you met these people is because you're in Bermuda. So you should always hear like, bro, where your career moved, the impact you made, the people you met. He was like, that's all because of Bermuda. And I have to give thanks to of all the islands I could have been and what I could, you have all these ideas of, man, I'm on this island. What could be here? What could be there? The reality is I came in as a college kid with a hope and a dream, who was in love with a Bermudian girl, and I left as a coach, an executive, an entrepreneur, a leader, a mentor, a community activist, a preacher, a minister, an organizer.
Bermuda's putting people on the map.
Like, I came to Atlanta 4 years ago with all of that in me from Bermuda.
Sure.